Good afternoon, good afternoon, and good afternoon. Um, Today is a little bit different. Um, Sorry, little bit different. Just be me by myself. I believe is important. Um, it's important for people that has podcasts or do any type of blogging. I believe that it is important um, to have a chop up with yourself, right? Meaning how um, how have I been doing, right? Because I'm asking all around the community, how have you been doing? How have you been doing? But it's not okay for me not to check in on myself, and I believe I haven't been doing that lately. So I want to let y'all know my Facebook. I'm going live on Facebook, going live on YouTube. Make sure y'all go subscribe to In Person with Percy. The call in number is 269-488-5899. Make sure y'all just call into that. I just want to be very mindful that this is a hour and 30 hour for you guys to say what you guys say, because like I said in episode 6, I am full of resources, right? um Use me as a living resource. If you need something, just hit me up. Literally hit me up. Same thing with everything that's going on in the community, with the gun violence, the transportation situation, the new pandemic that is coming. Um, and I saw on TikTok today, um, it was a nurse, a doctor, and he makes TikToks. And he was like, "We just got our first client of monkeypox." But in that caption, he was talking about, let's take care of this pandemic how we can, right? Let's take it serious. Let's come together, because last time, I believe what I'm believing from when COVID happened, it just happened, right? And and it just happened, right? We all were going crazy. We didn't know what it was. Like, we didn't even know what a pandemic was. So for it just to just get on there and say it's COVID time, everybody's locked down, it really hurt me. And what I learned and what I observe um, is routine in everybody. Is you gotta have a routine, a daily, a monthly routine, um, to be successful, right? My daily routine is wake up at 4:45 in the morning, no matter if I have school or not. Sit in my bed until 5:30 and think about the day, and then get up, get in the shower, do what I have to do, or people's or think of an NFL player. Their daily routine may be wake up early in the morning and go straight to the field. But you have to fit your schedule. Don't think, oh, because this person have a schedule and you see that schedule is working for them, right? That you have to do that schedule. Copying somebody's schedule is not how you're gonna become successful. And what I believe, right? I believe that you have to go off yourself. You can't be a follower, you have to be a leader. And in this, everybody is a leader. I believe everybody's a leader. Everybody starts off onto one. Everybody starts off at the age of 0. 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, go all the way up, right? Even little babies have a routine, right? What's their routine? Wake up in the morning, they cry, and they know they're about to get the bottle or the milk or the formula to eat. So I think people will be a lot more successful with routines, right? my routine is I know that showers in the morning are much better for me. For shower to for me to shower in the morning helps me become successful for that whole day. Me knowing, okay, if I shower the night before because I want to be lazy and not wake up at 5:30 in the morning like I said, or 4:45 in the morning, that ruins the the routine. What my tech always tells me, it takes 21 times to break a habit or to make a habit, right? If you do that 21 times, that's less than a month. If you do that 20 more times, it will help you become be consistent, right? Okay, I know that I had to work at Walmart every day at 4 o'clock. I know I could not stay after school because I didn't have a ride. Or if I did have a ride, I would tell my ride to meet me at Norks at 3 o'clock. I know I cannot stay after school every single day or go to every single game unless I call in. And what gets to me is, right, you're calling in every day, you're calling in every day, you're calling in every day. Not only are you stopping your schedule, we're going back into that daily schedule, right? But stopping yourself to you're stopping yourself, get a little higher. You're stopping yourself to there we go. You're stopping yourself to you're stopping yourself from being successful, right? If it takes 21 days to make a new habit, right? And 19 of them days you call off. That is your habit. Your habit is if there's a basketball game or a football game, you're gonna call off. So making your daily schedule is important. And my friends kind of soaked that into me, right? Getting in the shower every day, brushing your teeth every day. Not saying that I never did that, but that's saying, okay, we can see you can handle this, Percy. Now let's take you on to this next challenge. Or this is not even about me. This is tying it all into gun violence, tying it all into everything that we're talking about. Because if I'm being completely honest with you, I'm tired. I'm tired of speaking every day, going out my way, speaking and say, this is bull. Like, just saying, just think of it because we know it's bull. We know that pulling triggers on innocent lives or pulling triggers on lives that did something wrong and you just want to shoot them and you just want them gone, you know it's wrong. And if you don't, that's crazy. It's ridiculous. I recently want I recently was thinking of a certain way. I'm all about routine. I'm all about my routine, my daily routine. I'm all about how can I'm all about my daily routine, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, let's go to our yearly routine, right? Our yearly routine. We know September 1st, school starts. August 29th, school starts. We know that. We know that if we're higher than a freshman, we need credits to qualify, right? Those 5 classes a day will set you up to be a senior in 3 years, right? If you get all your credits, you don't fail one class from ninth grade year to 11th grade year, I promise you, you will be a senior. I promise you. those credits are set up to success. Yes, I don't agree on having us in school for 7 hours a day. Yes, I don't agree on some kids having EFE, some kids don't. Yes, I agree on a lot of those things. But one thing I will say in the K 12 sector, meaning in the school setting, is 26 credits is completely possible. Completely. I saw my brother do it from 0 credits, 10th grade year, to automatically 26, 11th grade to 12th grade year. Like, I saw people do it. It's not hard. It's easy to do. It's easy to even begin to it's easy to think, okay, I can do high school in 3 years. Yes, that was my mindset, but we know that I'm not gonna do high school in 3 years. I made some mistakes 10th grade year, lots of them that I regret, but I'm still given the chance to graduate on time, even though I didn't almost pass 10th grade. I literally almost didn't even pass it because it was one, it was virtual, and two, I didn't care. See, a lot of people think that our teachers are out to get us, right? And I don't think they're out to get us. I think they're just not where we came from, okay? Let me go where I'm going with this. In the state of Michigan, 95% of teachers are white women, right? 95% of them are white women. White women does not know where a black little boy came from or a black little girl came from. That's why you see a lot of the white kids succeeding and not of the black kids succeeding, because a white teacher or a teacher that's not color can only do so much for this person, right? That's like saying, oh, I can drive a car, but I can go try to drive this semi truck and I've never touched a semi truck. Like, you can't do that, right? You have to go through licensing, you have to go through everything. But with that, you can't go through a lot of different things. So pace yourself. Understand that we all come from different places. Now, in summer school, I met this individual in ninth grade year, Mr. Cornelius. Shout him out. Um, he's made me full, if that makes sense. He's constantly like, he constantly tells us, if I didn't care, I wouldn't be here. He's a young African American male who's 27, and he's a teacher at Kalamazoo Central, and also a teacher at summer school for Grad Point. And if he tells me all the time, if he didn't care, he wouldn't be here. And that's what type of teacher. That's what more type of teachers we need. If they didn't care, they would not be here, right? Um, just going back, I'm just. This really is a. This really is just a sloppy podcast. Not really organized today, and I wish for you guys that are on the Facebook Live, the call-in number is 269-488-5899. Please call in. Um, if y'all have any questions, I see Diamonds on there. I want to give a shout out to all the seniors of class of 2022. I want to continue to celebrate them. Me personally, I've saw a lot of success stories in the class of 2022. 22. I just think class of 22 is so strong, right? They they had to. Their freshman year was normal, right? Their 10th grade year was just after 10th grade year, everything went down. Like with me after ninth grade year, um, after ninth grade year, for me, everything went down. Everything went downhill. And I believe stuff is still going downhill, right? Stuff is still happening where it's like, I can't do this anymore. I just want to give up. Um, but I want to give it to the class of 2022 because they did that, right? They fought through COVID, they fought through the racial pandemic, they fought through everything that is everything that was triggering them to not graduate, right? I saw so many people even this year that were seniors like, I might not graduate. And you want to know, I saw everybody graduate that I was rooting for, right? Because there's people I was rooting for. I was rooting for everybody, really, but it was like those people who even said Percy, or even I heard over talking said, I don't think I'm gonna graduate. Or people I looked at and said, oh, I don't think they're gonna graduate because how are they gonna graduate? And guess what? You guys still graduated, like even if it's transferring to Phoenix, or even if it's going to Kelp, or even if it's staying at Lori Nooks, whatever is best for you. We have resources at Kalamazoo. I see Covenant, like I see their graduation rates are going up. I see Kalamazoo Public Schools graduation rates are going up. I just see it even in the past 10 years. 10 years I see it. I really do see it. All 10 of my friends that I call close friends, all 10 of my friends graduated. I think that's a big accomplishment, not only for them, but for me, right? Because why? Because I picked those friends who I look at as like, okay, they graduated. It's gonna influence me that I want to graduate now. Now, it now it's all about your group of friends. It's all about your group of friends. You um it's how you present yourself. It's who you be around. Now, if you're around people that don't care about school, that skip schools every day, of course you're gonna be on risk to not graduate because you're doing this stuff with them. But if you see your people, like, okay, if you see your people, like half of your friends like graduating on time, graduating early, my biggest goal in high school is to graduate early. That's my biggest goal. I tell Mr. C that all the time. I just want to graduate early. And not if I'm fooling around, because trust me, I still fool around to this day. I still think things are jokes. I still laugh around. Like, yes, I'm still gonna clown. But at the end of the day, I get my stuff done. I have to get it done. I have to literally, I have to think to myself, okay, it's either this or either I'm done. Like, it's either this or that. I look at every class as, if you don't pass this, you're gonna graduate. You're not gonna graduate. I look at every single class at that, and I take class one by one, even in the school year. I This is what I do, and this is what I want my upcoming freshmen, everybody that's not gonna graduate, even in college. I want you guys to take one class at a time. Even if you don't finish a note, even if you don't finish a note, or even if you don't finish a homework paper, what I want you guys to do is, that class is over, leave it alone. You can't go back to it. That's how I get by. Because I go by the next day and say, oh, I didn't get this done. Let me do it. I want to do it right now. That's how I go. So just knowing what you have, um, just knowing your values and knowing where you belong, and I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. Just knowing, just knowing your values in life, um, knowing your values in life are very important, I believe, because what you value is gonna help you more in life. How I value something is I see it and I put it on my lock screen, or I put it somewhere I can see it. Be like, one day I'ma value that, right? One day I'ma get that and I'ma hold it for the rest of my life. Like, I do that all the time because I think that's important, because I think that's important because um I think that's just important. And to my Instagram viewers, to my Facebook viewers, the call in number is 269-488-5899. And so I want to be mindful of just different just different avenues Kalamazoo have. Um Kalamazoo have to help you, right? We have the Promise Building. The Promise Building is here to help you look for college, not only look for college, but not only look for college, but help you find your path, right? And if you do want to talk on here, please call in at 269-488-5899. 269-488-5899. And what I want to continue to also to talk about is, if you have a younger sibling, feed all your love, feed all your attention, feed all everything you have into that little sibling. My little sibling, he's gonna get mad, but Corday, he's going to Norks next year, and I put all my time in him. Literally, I tell people about him. We be at home, and he'll be like, "Why do you just talk about me?" And I say, "Because you're my little brother," and that's what I want to do. I want to talk about you, and just having different programs, having different avenues, having different ways to even advertise my brother, or not even advertise him, because he's not something to give away. Corday is mine, right? Corday is mine, but show all your time. I've always wanted to be an upperclassman having a little brother. Like, I just wanted to feel feel what feel feels what it liked, and I finally texted my brother and was like, okay, I'm gonna step out, I'm gonna lean out, but still, I'm still gonna feed my time in you. I'm gonna lean out, but I'm still leaning in, best believe. Because if I one thing that I will not have, though, is my little brother running around Norks, being ghetto, or being dumb, I call it, or being a loser, he says. Because that's one thing I will not have. Um, that's one thing I will not have, because that's just embarrassing to me. If I'm putting all this great love, all this great time into who Corday is and what Corday is about. Corday is a 3-star athlete. I think I'm gonna put that into motion, I think it should be called In Person with Corday because I'm talking about Corday a lot today. I believe he's going to be a three-star athlete by the time of eighth grade football, basketball, and baseball. That's what I'm rooting for. And our family has a bet. My dad just bet he's just going to do basketball. I bet he's going to do all of it because I think I'm going to be a three-star athlete this year. I think it's time to come out of my comfort zone. Um, as y'all may not know, I got really hurt when I got hit, and that set me back. And so, we're not gonna go too deep into that, but like I just realized the pain, the 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 suffering we go through, um, when something sets us back. And I tell the whole world, ain't nothing holding me back. Ain't nothing holding me back. Um, at all. What's that song? Can't nothing holding me back, me back, me back. I forgot the song, but nothing's gonna hold me back at all because this is what I'm made for. Um, I'm made for this. At this time, I'm really made for this. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. I'm made for this. The call in number, if you guys want to join, is 269 488 5899. Please call that number. Um, please call that number to pop in and say hi on my podcast. I mean, you'll be the first one today. Um, so I just want to thank y'all too for even listening to me because it's it's amazing how you can do that. Um, 269 488 5899. Please call in someone. I want to talk to anyone. Anyone at this point because it's important for me to hear other people's voice. Not just my voice, right? Because if it's only my voice, I would turn this whole city into no gun violence. And people, people say we need guns, and I agree with that too. I agree that we need guns, but I agree how people use them. Right, I agree. Like people just killing each other. Like I was telling my friend Jesse, one day, like it's okay to have a gun. I don't care what you do with it. But if we killing each other, as in each other meaning me and you, like it don't even have to be race. It's the same age. If I'm 17, I'm and you're 17, and I kill you, we killing each other. Like that's bringing down our population from when we 65 because 80 turning 80 years old is a milestone. Like that's a real milestone, a goal that I have for life. Like I want to turn 80 years old and still be living. That's like, could y'all imagine Percy at 80 years old? Like, I couldn't imagine that shit. I'm just saying, like, just old, like, oh, like, just how fat I am. Like, could y'all imagine me? And when I turn into like when I start to ache, you get that yet? Your legs start to shrivel a little and then your back start to cave in. I see that a lot in my teachers. I'm like, oh wow, like I hope teaching doesn't get that stressful where they back just all cave in. And I mean, I saw the teacher that was like buff, like strong, and the next summer he just looked like he threw his whole life away. I was like, oh, that's not normal. Like literally, like strong. Like I don't want to mess with him to this like to this like whoa, what just happened to you in less than 100 days? Like summer's not that long, and but what I've been looking, you can gain a lot of weight in a day. Like it's delusional to me. Like, how can you gain all this weight in a amount of period of time? But you have to literally, I mean, work to lose weight. Like you can't, ain't no just going up, like just doing leg work. You literally have to run up the stairs 60 times. Like Dr. Now be having me rolling. Like on my 600-pound life, be having me rolling because it's but bringing it back in, it's a milestone. You have to work for what you want, right? You have to work. Um, if I'm fat and I want to be skinny, and I'm like, oh, I want to be skinny, but I'm shoving a cheeseburger in my mouth. You just want to be fat. Like that's what it is, and I think that's what gun violence or a lot of this stuff is I want to stop this gun violence. I don't want to kill anybody, and I sorry guys, and I hope that's what it is, right? I hope is I don't want to have to kill him, but I'm just gonna do it, right? The definition of insane is doing the same thing but trying to get a different result, right? And I think Kalamazoo's going insane. I think the world is insane because what we do is do the same thing, but yet we want a different outcome, right? We want a different environment. We want our environment clean, but yet we're still throwing rappers on the ground. We're still using gas cars. I know it's because we got to get rid of them gas cars, y'all. Like gas is getting too high. Like 415 is ridiculous. Like I was talking to an Uber driver the other day. I was like, I think Uber gonna be my way of transportation for life because yes, that's another thing. People say, Percy, are you gonna be able to drive, or what's that standing in of are you gonna be able to drive? Don't worry about me. Yes. I be out here driving. My dad let me drive his car all over town. If you see a little red Avalanche, a little 4x4 pickup truck, that's me. With my dad. Not all the time. It's in the shop. I miss my Avalanche. But still, yes, I'll be driving a pickup truck though, and people be like, "Oh, I'm about to get off the roads with you, Percy." I'm like, I find that offensive. Like, I find that so offensive when people say, "When you're on the road, I'm about to get out." I find it so offensive because, sorry, because why? Because why you gotta stop your day? Because I'm on the road, and plus, I'm nowhere gonna be nowhere near you at all when I'm driving. What makes you think I'm gonna call everybody in my call logs and be like, "Get off the street, I'm about to drive"? Like I'm not gonna. Sorry, I'm not gonna sit there and do that. I just today was a very it was a successful podcast. I think we can call it a successful. Even though we didn't have any visitors, I think it was very successful. Um, my problem was, guys, I have to explain to you guys, August 1st was a bit of a hiccup. Thought I don't know what I was thinking. Um, But I promise you, I will see you guys 2 weeks from today, not 3 weeks. I know it's been 3 weeks that you guys haven't saw me on here. So I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. We don't have to wrap this up. I just want to make this a time and place that people want to call in. If people want to call in, I'm gonna leave it quiet for about 2 or 3 minutes, and yeah. But yeah, I think um I think people I think people are ready. Um I think we're ready in a place and time in Kalamazoo, and this thing I'm gonna leave us off with. I think people are ready to continue, and I think that's was one of our biggest things where we needed to be ready to continue. So let's work together. Let's be great. Let's work. Oh, video coming soon, y'all. We have a roaming podcast coming soon from the YLAG. If y'all didn't go look at that, make sure y'all go look at that. Well, it's not on there yet, but I'm gonna see if we can make like a time coming whenever, just a little thumbnail and just a time coming when it's supposed to be coming. Shout out to Jamari. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Mikey. Shout out to the boys. Period. Like I just want to shout my friends out. I want to shout out um my friends. I want to shout out KPS. Shout out Kalamazoo Public Schools for doing what y'all doing, leaving no child behind. Shout out to Kid Network. I'm still there. My email is Percy at kydnet.org. That will be my email for life. Um, Remember, the promise is here. Um, the Kalamazoo promise, your path, your promise. Get in contact with Miss Nesbitt. Um, if you need any help, she'll lead you into the right direction. And yeah, so thank y'all for tuning in person with Percy, and I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Peace.